if you want to hit the driver further, is it a good idea to be nice and relaxed or not? We often hear that we need to relax to hit it further, to hit the driver further, to get more consistent strikes. Is that good advice or not? That's what we're going to cover in today's lesson. Now, invariably, many of us are a little tight when we're playing the game. We might be tight in different areas of our body, and I'm going to cover that in another video. It's precisely how you deal with that. But therefore, the idea very often of relaxing is quite good. However, it's not always the best advice, and it's important that you understand the difference and know what to look for so that you know what you should be trying to do or not. Because sometimes the cue of trying to relax can work for you immediately, because it just also relaxes the mind. You don't think about so much, you hit the ball better, but you soon find you think you're relaxed and it's now gone back to hitting the ball badly again. You don't have that control or that power you're looking for. So that's what we're going to try and cover today in today's lesson to help you understand it a little bit more. You see, if I do this, sometimes this is an example that's used. If I just stand here and I just really relax my wrist and I just practice swinging this club in a circle like that, it pretty much repeats that circle every time. If you watch it from, if I do it from this way here, you'll pretty much see without any effort it repeats almost exactly in the same place. And so therefore you'd start to think, well, if I be nice and relaxed, I'm going to get that club back to the same place every time. That's misleading, okay? The reason it's misleading is because when I'm doing this, I'm in a very solid structure. Now watch what happens to the circle if I start to move the structure around, okay? That circle begins to move with me and it goes out of control. So therefore it's very simple. If you're somebody that in your movement has a very stable structure and you move within your frame and your structure, then probably relaxing for you will give you this benefit. You'll start to actually get the circle, the plane of the circle, the golf club swing in a much more organized place, but because you have that stable, organized base. Does that make sense? So really what we're going to do again in this lesson is try and help you as an individual identify where you're at a little bit more. So how do you know if you're moving within your structure? Well, hopefully you can have a lesson and your golf coach can tell you that. You might be able to video yourself and see it. In simple terms, what that actually means, let me just get something to help demonstrate it a little bit, is if I set up to the golf ball here, and if I was to pull a line through the left side and the right side of my body, that really forms my structure here, okay? So hopefully you can see those two parts there. That forms my structure, okay? Now in the swing, do I pretty much remain in that structure as I swing? In other words, I don't break outside of the structure too much one way or the other, okay? Now, here's why that's important. When we move within our structure, we then tend to have better control of our body weight. Once we have control of our body weight, let me just remove those for a moment. Once I have control of my body weight, I'm going to be more organized on top of my feet. Then I get back to the equivalent of this. Now I'm very organized on top of my, now if I can relax my shoulders, my arms, my wrists, then that club's going to start to repeat itself and come back and hit that ball much more consistently. So have a look at your own swing or learn about your own swing, have a lesson with your own swing to find out whether or not you move within that structure. If you do, or you know you do, and you're not quite getting the contact you want, then absolutely allowing yourself to relax, allowing your arms, your shoulders, your wrists to relax a little bit could help free up the swing and get your arms, your club and your body working much more together in unison. Because there is no doubt if we are tense in those shoulders, hands and arms, it doesn't produce the best swing. So even if I have really good structure here, I'm really rigid, it's just not going to be a very graceful swing and I'm unlikely to get the most out of myself, okay? So we're always looking for that combination. Again, this is a lesson to try and help you understand what is right for you. So find out whether or not you do move within that structure, and then you can decide whether you want to relax. Now, let's say for example you don't. You already know that. You say, well, hey Scott, when I finish my swing, I'm kind of losing balance, I'm moving around all over the place, even when I swing back, I don't feel very steady. Relaxing could give you some immediate relief. it could help you get better structure, but it may not go the whole way. So my encouragement to you is actually don't worry about relaxing just yet, because actually here's a really important thing I want to share, is that when you actually begin to move within your structure much better, as I demonstrated before, what happens is the brain says, hey, I know where I am. I'm in my structure, I'm connected to the ground, and what happens is the wrists, the shoulders and the arms actually start to naturally relax anyway. So we don't have to ask them to do it. They start to relax because the brain says, we know where we are, we're organized, we're going to be able to hit that golf ball easily. And so they tend to relax much, much more better. So I hope that makes sense. So really what we're saying is, the question is it, do you need to relax or not? Is relaxing good advice? Generally, for most of us, it will help. But if you have a very unstructured swing, you're not moving within that structure, within that balance, then it may only give you very temporary relief. So let's look at getting you in your structure much more, moving in the correct way, and then you'll get the benefit of being relaxed. In fact, actually, relaxing through the wrists, shoulders and arms will come pretty automatically. If, however, you actually are pretty stable with your weight, you move yourself well within structure and you're not getting the results you want, it's quite possible for you are very tense in your shoulders, hands and arms, and you're going to benefit from relaxing and getting that freewheeling motion going. So I hope that makes sense. I hope you found that useful. If you have, or whatever questions you've got, please put them in the chat. It's always good to get your feedback, always looking for your comments so that we can drill down a little bit more and share with you some of the things that I hope will help based on the intuitive golf approach. I hope you find it valuable. Let me know, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.